This is called Return to Sailortown. If some immigrants return back home to Belfast just to take the scenic tour of Sailortown, they would have to use nostalgia as a guidebook for those ages up in Stormont pulled it down. They would never get a drink in Barney Valeries or see Fitzy or Jimmy Hasty mark up the odds, or watch kids play football in the little side streets with their big black boots with toe caps and steel shorts. They would have to close their eyes to see a doctor nipping in to have a smoke inside the shed, saying, "Boys, keep an eye for Paddy Kelly," as he pulled his old cloth cap down on his head. There's another thing. The headboats have just vanished. They weren't sunk by bombs or bullets or walls. You can put that down to the demise of city planners, for the plans they made were just a load of nonsense. There was a factory that made feds, it's now called Yorkgate, and the pubs that sold red hard Guinness, dead and gone. And if you needed an extra few bob for the weekend, heaven knows where you would find a pawn. Where's the Waterloo, the Telstar, or Gibraltar? Joe Park for some ox tongue, or two pigs' feet, or a buttered shoulder flower in Mrs. O'Hagan's, and a mug of tea that was a workman's treat. They would never see the kids come down from the Duncairn, slapping arse and riding past them on their horse, running right across the road, ignoring traffic. Well, there wasn't that much traffic then, of course. But there's one thing that would fill their hearts with pleasure, and there's one thing that they would set their hearts on fire. They would see the crowds at last outside St. Joseph's, and that little piece of art hung on the spire. When at last the tour is over and they leave us, they would climb aboard the bus and then depart. They might be sad at leaving dear old Belfast, but Sailortown will be buried in their hearts. And I'm not going to bore you with the next one. This last one is one of the ones that Tommy wrote, one of the early ones, when we were standing outside the chapel. And I'm going to ask Marie to come up and read it from us. Right? Here. Gets everything on me, you know.
See, now if I make a mistake, I can't say I couldn't say it. Well, Tommy liked this one. This is one of my favourites. So.
Use a microphone.
Reading the wrongs of the righteous in the faith that our fathers decreed, to protect the inheritance left us, the chapel that stands on the quay. St. Joseph the worker redundant, our spiritual welfare denied. Progress was our penance, they told us. The meek shall inherit defiled. O star of the sea, come protect us in the penal days priests forced to hide. By the bishop's decree to his shepherds, no masses down by the quayside. The faithful they gather on Sunday, the shepherds desert their flock. A mass could be heard, and our prayers, they'll be shared at the chapel that stands on the dock. And we haven't went away, you know, we're still there.